The enlightened ones do not think, but they become aware of sensations. Sensations turns into awareness by the mind. Though the enlightened one become aware of their sensations, they do not think of what they become aware of. Becoming aware of sensation is called in Pali Sanya Vedaita. It comes in the name of a trance called Sanya Vedaita Nirodha Samapatti. Even the enlightened ones get absorbed in a trance called Sanya Vedaita, where the awareness of sensation, Sanya Vedaita, comes to an end. And that is for mental and physical rest. The enlightened ones take rest by getting absorbed in that particular trance. Until they become absorbed in that trance, they are aware of their sensation, the signals sent by the senses. Sanya Vedaita. Sanya means the signal. The signals sent by the sensation, sense organs. For example, the eye is a sense organ. The eye may see some body or something, and the enlightenment becomes aware of that particular sight. The enlightenment may hear something, some sound. He becomes aware of that sound. That is a natural formation of a thought, a mental reflection. Sensation of the sense organs get reflected in the mind. That is awareness. Thinking is building more and more images on that awareness. For example, that awareness may become defiled by our prejudices, distorted by prejudices. Prejudices are memories of past experiences. Through prejudice, we may like or dislike somebody or something that we become aware of. The enlightened ones are free of all those prejudices, liking and disliking. But awareness is there, that is free from ignorance or free from moha. Their mind is free from liking, attachment to what they like. That is called vitaragi, their mind. Their mind is free from disliking the sense objects. That is called vitadosi. They become aware of the sensations, and that is called vitamohi. That is the state of an enlightened mind. But there is no process of thinking. There is a process of thinking when there is liking, disliking, or ignorance in the mind. You become aware of something, but you have no perfect idea or complete idea of something. You may have some doubt. You don't know that object fully, maybe a person, maybe a thing, and you start thinking to know what you do not know. That is, ignorance gives rise to thinking. You may like something and you think of keeping it if you have it, and if you don't have it, you think of getting what you like. That is thinking. Thinking is projected into the future with a motive for attraction and repulsion. There is a magnetic activity of our mind to get rid of what we don't want and to get what we want. That is the cause of our thinking. And there is no such thinking process in the mind of the enlightened one, but there are thoughts that get naturally formed, that is awareness. And this phenomena is what the enlightened one may have practiced before enlightenment. On the path to enlightenment, the disciples of the Buddha practiced a meditation called insight meditation. Insight means going deeper into what they become aware of, not thinking of what they become aware of. The shorter discourse by which the Buddha enlightened a disciple called Bahya is given in the Bahya Sutta. In the Bahya Sutta, Buddha said, within few seconds, that comes in the Khuddaka Nikaya, volume 1, on page 142, Buddha said, Ditte dittamattang, sute sutamattang, etc. Mute mutamattang, etc. That means, when you become aware of something through your sense organs, do not think of what you become aware, but just be aware. Ditte dittamatta means just be aware of what you see. Don't think. We think of things if you like them, dislike them, or if you are ignorant of them. But in meditation, you are aware of sensation and there is no ignorance. You don't like what you become aware. You don't dislike what you become aware. The mind is free from greed and hatred of things that you become aware. And that's a pure state of mind. And that pure state of mind becomes perfect at the enlightenment, not to get defiled thereafter. That is perfect purity. On the path, purity is there, but through previous habits, they may all of a sudden may get defiled. Sachitta Pariyodapana, purification of the mind, is the basic advice of the Buddha, as given in the Dhammapada Buddha Vagga. Therefore, the thoughts of the enlightened ones are pure. They are pure thoughts. In Abhidhamma, they are called Kriyachitta. There is only the activity, the event, Kriya, of a thought, but no further activities based on desires, based on prejudices. Prejudices give rise to thinking. We become aware of somebody or something that we hate, then one starts thinking of getting rid of what we become aware of. Mind may become something that one likes or desires, then mind starts thinking of getting what you like, getting what the mind likes, if one doesn't have what one likes, or to keep preserved what one likes if one is having what one likes. This thinking process is based on likes, dislikes and ignorance that is absent in the enlightened mind, and in that mind there is only a pure thought. Thinking starts, the process of thinking starts with the idea of I, the idea of self. In Buddhist teaching, there is no self other than the idea or the concept of a self. What I call myself is not my body. Body is not the self. It's an instrument that belongs to the self. The mind, the thinking, that is not the self. But one thing that my mind belongs to me. That is my mind. That is my idea. That is my opinion. That is what I think. All those are ideas. That I is not an actual reality, though it looks reality, practical reality. There is no I either, there is no self either in the body or in the mind. They are ephemeral. The body is born to decay and die. Nothing can be retained forever. It's a temporary instrument. Even the mind, changing every moment. Thoughts are changing every moment. There's no permanent identity, permanent self, either in the mind or in the body. When one realizes it, not as an idea, but as a practical experience, when one realizes that there is no self in my body, because body is acting on its own automatically. Our breathing, it happens automatically. Blood circulation, it happens automatically. Digestion of food that we drink, it happens automatically. Getting old, getting sick, dying, they happen automatically. The body is functioning automatically. Natural functions. Things are done by the body, but there is no real body, real doer in the body. No self. Once you understand there is no self, then the mind becomes free of liking and disliking. Like means I like. Dislike means I dislike. Ignorance, I don't know. Those ideas do not crop up. The idea, the concept of I. It is on the first stage to enlightenment, one discards the idea of self. That idea of self is called in Pali Sakkaya Ditti. Ditti is an idea, opinion. Sakkaya is, it has two meanings. Kaya can be my group, things that belong to me, my body, my idea, my opinion, my country, my wife, husband, etc. And we have those concepts of what we think belong to us. But nothing belongs to us. That is why Buddha said in Dhammapada, Attahi Attano Nato. You yourself does not belong to yourself. Your body is going to die, your mind is going to die and disappear. You are no more though. When you die, what you call yourself is empty. Yourself is empty. But according to the rebirth, there can be somebody born, but it is different wave. One wave has died and another wave has opened. Another wave has got born. There is a birth of another wave that also is born to decay and die. And when it dies, another wave is born. Therefore, life is a wave of birth, decay, sickness, and death. In Buddha's words, Jati, Jara, Vyadi, Marana. Birth, decay, sickness, and death. That is the wave of life. Wave after wave, there can be different lives in the samsara. And there is no permanent self that is going from birth to birth. Only a process of the mental process. The basic nature of the mind is awareness, consciousness. And that's called vijnana. Consciousness is called vijnana. Srota is a stream of consciousness. It is like a stream that gets that is fed and getting enlarged moment to moment, like a river. Our self get enlarged. Enlightenment means diminishing of that enlargement. Nothing more is added to the consciousness. That means no more karma. What get added to the consciousness through our thoughts are called karma. That happens through our thinking. When there is no thinking, there is no karma formations. There is no thinking without a thinker in the enlightened one. There is only the awareness. Even at the enlightenment, Buddha became aware. The mind became aware of the nirvana, the supreme bliss. Chakkung udapadi. Jnanang udapadi. Then mind comes to know what it becomes aware of. Then the wisdom arises. Panya udapadi. You become a wise person. That means your mind is free from liking, disliking, and ignorance. And you know that things really as they are, and that is called vidya. When you know things really as they are, the Four Noble Truth of the reality, you become enlightened. The dawn of light, aloka udapadi, as in they happens automatically without a thinker, without a doer. There is no doer, there is no thinker in us, and that is the idea of a thinker or doer is only a concept, mental concept, that is no more there as an idea or concept or belief in an enlightened one, because he realizes through experience there is no permanent self either in our body or in our mind. When there is no self, there is no liking. I like this. Oh, I dislike this. I don't know this. Those ideas do not crop up. And awareness is only a pure thought without building a thinking process based on that. A series of thought based on that particular thought. Awareness comes, it goes. It is instant. Shana Bangura. Awareness is a spark. The mind becomes aware of sensory spark. Sensory spark, when we become aware, it becomes a chittakana. A thought is a series of sparks. Abhidhamma refers to 17 such sparks, chittakana. Every spark is born to die instantly, like any other spark. Physical spark, the mental sparks to born to decay and die. Therefore, there are only thought formation of awareness, but no creation of good karma or bad karma. They are only pure thoughts, neither good nor bad, no label. They are natural. And they are called Kriya Chitta. There is only the activity of a thought, the spark of a thought, the wave of a thought. That is only an event that is born to decay and die. That is what Buddha's first disciple realized after listening to the Buddha's first discourse called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. That awareness, that realization, Buddha referred to in the same discourse, saying, Asmato Kondanya, the Kondanya is the name of the disciple, who realized, Yankinchi Samudaya Dhammam Sabbantan Nirodha Dhammanti. Dhamma means a mental form. What one's mind becomes aware of is called Dhamma in Pali. The mind is called Mano. Mano, its object of awareness is Dhamma. Like our eye is a sense organ, what it becomes aware is called Rupa, forms. The ear is a sense organ, it becomes aware of sound, Saddha. Nose is a sense organ, it becomes aware of smells. Similarly, the mind becomes aware of mental forms. And what the Reverend Kondanya, the first disciple, realized was, Yankincha Samudaya Dhamman Sabbantan Nirodha Dhammati. All thought forms are born to die instantly. Therefore, no thought form can be retained. Therefore, we can't get hold of a thought form, nor can we drop out a thought form. To get hold, there must be something permanent. To get rid of, to drop, there must be something that we are holding. We can't neither hold nor drop a thought. They are born to die, and they are only activities of the mind, natural activities of the mind. Awareness is there even after enlightenment as a natural phenomenon. But there is no deliberate thinking. Awareness is indeliberate, natural. When there is no deliberate thinking, that means there is no self. There is deliberation only when there is the idea of a self. When one realizes there is nobody permanent either in my body or in my mind, there is no self, there is no deliberation, and those thoughts means awareness of the enlightenment are called Kriya Chitta. They are selfless thoughts, but free from thinking. They are not getting built up. A thought appears and it disappears. A spark gets lighted and it disappears instantly. Therefore, there is nothing that is retained in the mind to proceed and to bear result, bear fruits in the future. They are free from karmic formation. Therefore, enlightened ones are not reborn after death. That is one. Naidatu gabba seyam punaretiti. Because they do not think. Though they do not think, they become aware of pure thoughts that get formed naturally. And in meditation, that is what we practice. To have pure thoughts, free from like, dislikes, and ignorance, and without thinking, just keeping on being aware of sensations. That is the path to enlightenment.